KonekoKitten was one of the most popular names in the Roblox drama scene, until a series of awful accusations which toppled his empire he spent years building. However, what if I told you KonekoKitten's wrongdoing was far worse than anyone thought? In our previous exploration of KonekoKitten's tragic downfall, we delved into the dramatic rise and fall of this Roblox content creator, initially skyrocketing to fame with 1 million subscribers and a stellar reputation. His acclaim soon turned sour when he falsely accused another creator, Napi, of mistreatment, only for it to emerge that KonekoKitten himself had been engaging in inappropriate behavior with a His refusal to take responsibility and his poorly received response further tarnished his standing. As a result, many asked the questions, what became of KonekoKitten and where is he now? Prior to his channel's privatization, KonekoKitten had been known for his viral Roblox drama commentaries. However, it appears his true passion lays elsewhere. He ventured into a secondary channel focused on real-life storytime videos, revealing a newfound authenticity that had been absent from his earlier persona that was, at the time, crumbling under scrutiny. These videos showcased a different side of KonekoKitten, the real person behind the online persona. It became evident that beyond Roblox, he valued self-improvement and fitness, possibly signaling his shift away from the limelight. His departure from the platform, therefore, wasn't entirely surprising. He seemed to have embraced a quieter life, focusing on personal pursuits away from YouTube. But the accusations against him merely stopped this retreat, prompting him to seek normalcy outside the tumultuous world of online fame. Yet a darker theory emerged on May 11th, 2024, when Natasha, another controversial figure inside of the Roblox drama sphere, released a video levying even graver accusations against KonekoKitten. And despite Natasha's reputation as an unreliable narrator, her claims piqued curiosity. It hinted at hidden depths to KonekoKitten's story and suggested motivations far more sinister than previously imagined. In the past year, many Roblox YouTubers have been exposed as master manipulators. We've seen Notive, Ribs, and even Ripple recently be cancelled over deplorable and disgusting behavior. Some have attempted to coerce their victims into staying silent, but what if I told you KonekoKitten took this to a whole other level, one that overshadows all of the past Roblox we've seen so far. These awful people have used strategies which are unacceptable, but never before have we exposed a Roblox who typed out emails full of personal information, tracked someone's DoorDash account, and attempted to manipulate them into forgiving them. Koneko's behavior prior to his exposure, but on the surface, it seemed he had some knowledge of how his behavior would come across to the general public. I mean, the guy was able to convince everyone for years that his victim was a abuser. However, for some reason, after his empire crumbled, so did all his senses and critical thought, because not only did KonekoKitten fail to save his reputation, but he also acted in a way that was far worse than anyone predicted. So bad that his career could have been ended purely on the merit of his behavior after being exposed, cancelled, and blackballed from the Roblox scene. But what exactly did KonekoKitten do? Why did he continue to contact his victims after the behavior was exposed to the public? And how do we even know this information? The ever-growing wrongdoing of KonekoKitten would finally be exposed when victim Napi began contact with popular Roblox commentator Paolo. Napi had been receiving unsolicited and creepy emails from Koneko's alternate accounts following the exposure. So what did Koneko say to Napi? How did he attempt to manipulate him into silence? And most importantly, why was this made public to begin with? Napi and Paolo came to an agreement, one that allowed Koneko's behavior to finally see the light of day. On the 12th of July 2024, Roblox creator Paolo uploaded a video exposing some disturbing truths about KonekoKitten's behavior towards prior victims. But what exactly was this behavior? Why did he do it? And can he ever return? Paolo would reveal that Koneko was allegedly still in contact with his second underage victim, coercing them into staying silent, signaling a complete lack of accountability and, more importantly, selfish and malicious behavior behavioral intent.
Now, he has on numerous occasions sent emails to Napi over the course of many months in a desperate attempt to try and get back in contact with him and win him back onto his side, because unfortunately KonekoKitten managed to win over his other victim and they're on good terms again, despite the fact that he quite literally did a plethora of vile things to them and took advantage of them on numerous occasions, and seeing him admit to having contact with this other minor is so unsettling and unnerving to process.
To make matters worse, this wasn't all, as his initial victim, Napi, would expose how he'd been trying to do the same to him, and while the behavior prior to his Napi hit piece was horrific, what happened after was perhaps even more disturbing.
And he goes on to claim that he's getting professional help as he's extremely manipulative and admits to being a compulsive liar. Koneko goes on to state that he wasn't mad and didn't hate Napi, and he doesn't expect to be forgiven, and most importantly he states in his own words, "I will not bother you again beyond this email. I will stay out of your life and leave you alone. I'm not expecting a response to this." And it ends off with a little statement showing how much he cares for Napi, the person he literally slandered, abused, and lied about for numerous years, only up until Napi had to reveal his side of the story. Now, what's so funny about this as well is Koneko, the self-admitted liar, goes on to make a hit piece video on Napi not even 10 days later after making this email to him.
Paolo exposed how after Napi cut off Koneko and wished to go no contact, he'd continued to email him, acting manipulative, selfish, and greedy. The goal was clear. Koneko wanted Napi under his finger, and he'd do everything and anything to achieve it. However, the true depth to which this creepy and degenerative behavior reached was something nobody could have predicted.
He opens up by stating, "I understand how you feel about me as a person, but I know everything about you since 2016, whether you like it or not," which is an extremely weird and creepy thing to be stating to someone who quite evidently wants no contact with you whatsoever because of the vile you did with them. He goes on to share his personal life situation in an attempt to once again present himself as a big victim and to guilt trip. He brings up the fact how he almost died due to a seizure and was hospitalized 2 weeks prior to typing the email, followed by him talking about his epilepsy diagnosis. Keep in mind, the name of this account, Lunastars, is KonekoKitten's new alias, and it is the same name of the account that emailed him back in November. Now, he claims the paragraph of him covering his seizures and hospitalization wasn't so that he could get sympathy, despite the fact that it quite literally was. Just because he says it wasn't, doesn't mean that wasn't his intention to begin with, because once again, according to even his own words, he's a manipulative person and a compulsive liar. He states that he's willing to speak to them once again, and that he successfully manipulated his other victim to be on good terms with him again. He states he had no plans on ever coming back to the internet, and that if you don't want me to contact you again, then I won't. He ends off by stating that despite his medical condition, his life is getting better. He follows up the email with yet another email stating, "It's just been fairly hard to get you off my mind," and that he felt it was necessary for him to dump a massive text war of victimizing himself and sympathy baiting, because he believed Napi would be interested in hearing about it.
Paolo's video went further into detail on Koneko's new creepy behavior. He exposed how Koneko was not only in contact, attempting to woo Napi into forgiving him, but tracking Napi's address, personal accounts, and using private details to haze him into responding. It was clear Koneko didn't really think these messages would reach the light of day. The way he chose to respond indicated that in his mind, this would stay a private matter, but unfortunately for him, Napi wouldn't accept his manipulative apologies, and Paolo's video, if anything, achieved the complete opposite of what he wanted. Koneko's behavior on its own is beyond disgusting, manipulating multiple victims into staying silent, allegedly grooming them for his own pleasure, and even allegedly engaging explicitly with However, his exposure is only a symptom of what we'll call the Roblox influencer dilemma. It's no secret that influencers, YouTubers, and streamers have some of the most powerful and influential positions on the planet. Any famous person is capable of having immense social power over an individual. Now, normally, this power is just a factor that exists. It only matters in the case of abuse, but the Roblox community appears to be rampant, with the worst possible manifestation for this. So why does this happen? Recently, YouTuber Ruben Sim uploaded a video that explains the cause of this dilemma better than any. Roblox is a publicly traded company, and the owners of the game have very little power. They are controlled by money. Roblox's developers, creators, and even moderation team are hardworking, but they only have 4,000 people employed as moderators. But why? The shareholders in Roblox are the true people of power in the company. While Roblox themselves may want to hire more staff, they are incentivized to do the complete opposite, to truly counter the epidemic of this is necessary, but if they do that, the company could quite literally go broke. This creates a perfect storm for a game overrun by immorality. People are willing to do anything and everything to skirt the system, and the truth is, the system can't do anything. Roblox is forced to turn a blind eye. In a past video on the channel, we discussed how influential Roblox are way more likely to face less consequences if the unknown ones are barely being punished. The reason KonekoKitten was allowed to leave the internet with little to no consequences is exactly the same reason children get on Roblox every day, with perpetrators facing no jail time. It comes down to a problem not only present in Roblox, but the world as a whole. Because people value money, power, and success over morality, it gives people who inflict harmful, sinful, and even criminal behavior a free pass. Money isn't evil, but a pure focus on money, aka greed or gluttony, doesn't just lead to a selfish, reckless individual. Instead, it allows even worse bad actors to get away with more depraved acts. If Roblox doesn't solve this, they'll go down. If society doesn't solve this, the world goes down. But the case of KonekoKitten is an intriguing one. It shows how someone who was respected, a member of the Roblox commentary community with over 1 million subscribers, hundreds of millions of views, and a stellar reputation, can lose it all in almost an instant. It details that regardless of what you do during your prime, how you treat others can make or break an entire career. His acts of depravity are a perfect example of why the sin of lust can become extremely evil. Not only that, the way Roblox has enabled these people to get away with such acts is an even more perfect example of how immorality and sins don't occur on their own, and instead are horrific acts that interchange and enable each other in unpredictable ways. It goes without saying that Koneko's behavior after being exposed was equally horrible. His reputation will therefore go down as one of the worst in Roblox YouTube history. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe, and if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now.